now.
Hello, my friends, Gary girls, and fellow poets. Welcome back to The Shed. I think you're all familiar with The Shed by now. My name's Adam Gary, and I already need a loo break. I did not time this well, and my phone has just time limited me out, so I need to approve all day so I can have the mod chat up. Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, I timed this terribly. I already need a loo break. So hopefully I can get through the next hour. Hello everybody. Hope you've all had a fab week. Hello little Danny. Hello Nightbot. Hello Mark. Hello Bhakti. Welcome to the stream. I don't think we've seen you before from India. Well, hello from the UK. Delgo, hello. Mark, hello. Mark is feeling fantastic. I love that energy, Mark. Keep it up for the rest of the stream. Ghost of a Goddess, hi, hello. Mark, good to see you again. Morning. It's an okay, slightly overcast Monday morning here after a very grisly and tree-felling storm yesterday. Oh dear. Well, I hope you're okay. Where's that? That's New Zealand. I hope you're okay, Mark. I'm glad that you're here. And then somebody else said something. Oh, Mark said it's sunny here, maybe in the 90s to low 100s today. Assuming that's Fahrenheit, because if it was Celsius, you'd probably be dead. 100 degrees is boiling point, so I don't think that would be too comfortable. Well, I don't know. At what degree do humans boil? There's a trivia question for you. Yeah, snazzy hat, Adam. Thank you so much. I've always wanted a fedora, and then I was like, I'm gonna get one. So I got one, and I really like it. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Hello, everyone. So we're not doing conversing stream tonight. I've been so busy. Well, members unit Fahrenheit. Yeah, I guessed. Members. I did a members stream today and kind of told them everything, but basically I've just kind of been knocked out. I took 2 holidays, right? I went to Budapest and then I went to the Lake District and completely like reset everything. My body reset, my spirit reset, everything reset. And now there's just resistance to getting back into it. And so but on the same side, on the flip side of that, I'm also like trying to be healthier, right? And not work. So I'm listening to my body a little bit. That's why I haven't posted a video this week. I apologize. I've been working and instead of overworking, I just haven't gotten around to making the video. But what I did do today, I'm excited to tell you folks, what I did do is finish all the stuff on my end for the Wordsworth video. Now, Bruno and I are going to get together and edit it. And I'm sure after the first edit, there's still going to be some stuff for me to do. But for now, everything my end is now complete. I cannot wait to start putting that video together. It's going to be the biggest video we've ever had on the channel. So I'm so excited. Hi, class. Good to see you. Good day to everyone. Hello, Genevieve. Busy with your huge surprise you posted on your Insta. Oh, yeah, that too. With the laureateship, you mean that? Yeah. So I've been negotiating a deal from for about a month now, I think, if not more, with the Egham Literary Festival, who have donated a space to us to use as an office and a base, and it's just going to take the laureateship to a whole new level. And yeah, we finally announced that today, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I have been. Now I'm saying it out loud, I think I still am overworked. But when compared to where I was before, it just doesn't feel like I'm overworked anymore. I don't know. But we're just going to have a really chilled stream. There's nothing on the agenda other than to hang out, have a good time, catch up with our little group, our little community of international poets, see what everyone's up to. I know Danny's got some great news. I don't know if Danny wants to share that with everyone. But and if anyone else has some great news, pop it in the chat. But yeah, for the most part, we're just going to sit, we're going to hang out. We're going to probably go for a loo break, a comfort break soon, because I am terribly disorganized. I literally went to the gym at 4 o'clock, and actually later than that, I think. Maybe Genevieve can tell me what time I left for the gym. So my hair's wet from the shower in the gym, which is, again, a norm on this channel. I always have wet hair, it seems. What are we going to do in this stream? This is my first time being in your stream. Well, hello, White Dev. I'm glad that you found us and welcome to the stream. The first thing to do, if you don't mind, and this goes for anyone who hasn't already, please hit that like button. There are 10 people watching, but I've only got 7 likes on my screen. So if you haven't hit that like button, I'd really, really appreciate it. But yeah, we're just going to hang out, to be honest. Usually we have a format. It's called Conversing with Poets, and we have 2 topics that we discuss, and we have some news bulletins and stuff like that. But again, I'm just kind of embracing the fact that I'm a bit behind on work. I'm not going to stress about it too much, which the old Adam would have. And we're just going to do it in the shed stream, I guess, where we're just going to catch up with each other, talk to poets from around the world in the chat box, and see where conversation goes. But yeah, what's everyone been up to? I've kind of just updated you and filled you in what I've been doing this week. I think people are that topic at the moment. I think people are that topic at the moment. Maybe I'll leave it till we put at least a deposit or something down. Ah, yeah, fair enough. Okay. Um, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we don't wanna, just in case, we don't want to jinx it. So, got you. We won't say anything until it's secure. But yeah, as I say, these streams are as much a space for you to talk as it is for me to just talk as well. So feel free to let me know how your week's been. If you've got any questions, this is the stream to ask. Sometimes we get questions in conversing and it sort of derails the stream a little bit. Well, not derails, that's the wrong word to use. But certainly this type of stream, if you've got any questions, this is the place to ask. Hi, Mark Keller. I already did. I was the second one to hit the like button. Ah, Clash, you always look after me. You always look after me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. I really am going to have to go for a loo break soon. What am I doing? I promise you, this is. I don't even know what I was going to say. Maybe that's what we need. We need a channel member emoji loo break. We got the coffee one. You're at 11 now. Thank you so much. I see 12 actually. It's really climbing. Hello, Mitchell Malone. Hello, Malone. Malone. How can I make that rhyme? Malone, home. It does rhyme. Why can't I make it rhyme? Hello, Mitchell Malone. Why can't I make it rhyme when I elongate it? Writing every day. All right, Mark is hyped. Mark is writing every day. Just started part 8 of my long narrative poem and have written some new ones too. Excellent. Actually, that's something else I did today, which I can celebrate. I continued writing my Wordsworth poem, so I'm writing a poem to go in the short film. At this point, I guess it's going to be a short film. No, is it going to be a short film? No, it's not. It's going to be a documentary slash vlog. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a whole mash of something because it's Adam Gary content, so everything's mashed up into something unique. But I am writing a poem for that video, and I worked a bit more on it today, so. Leave the puppy to keep us company in the absence. Leave the puppy to keep us company in the absence. Yeah. Oh, it's so. Harry follows me. If this is what you're talking about, Harry follows me everywhere I go. I will literally sit down, get up, take a few steps over that way. He'll take a few steps that way, and then I'll just come back to sit back down again. And it like he's attached at the hip, and it's very cute. Sometimes it's annoying. But I love him. And he was following me as I was getting all the stuff out into the shed. He was following me backwards and forwards. And I have a baby gate because I have grass here and flowers that I don't want him walking through and peeing on, basically. So he's not allowed into this part of the garden. And he always gives me those puppy dog eyes and then just slowly walks back into the house. I feel terrible. I got a new bike last Saturday. There's some good news. Congratulations, Mitch. I got a new bike last Saturday. Couldn't make last week's stream. That's okay. Whoop. Are you going to share, Mitch? Hi, Mythical Mitchell Malone. We have Mitchell Malone and Mythical Meter. Yes, Mark. Yes. Although I think the last time we did an in the shed stream, I think I brought Harry out with me. Didn't I? I think I did. Because when I went to set up this stream, I reused the settings for the last in the shed stream, and it said poets and Harry in the shed. Just got a lot of organic, rich, dark soil, some tulsi. What's tulsi? I'm not sure what tulsi is. And two different kinds of hot peppers. Nice. Forget the names at the moment. But planting tomorrow. Finally, good weather. That's fantastic. I need to get back into my garden, actually. Yes, I believe so. I thought we did. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I asked channel members actually what kind of content they would like to see for membership content, and if there's anyone here, I'm in an R-ing whether they want to become a member or not. I would really appreciate it for one, but secondly, to you, I also ask what kind of content would make you become a channel member. If I was posting exclusive content, what kind of content would you like to see? At the moment, I'm just doing vlogs, like members only vlogs, where it's more personal stuff, like get to know me as a person than just me as a poet, I guess. I do like weekly check-ins and stuff. But what kind of content would either make you enjoy your membership more or become a channel member? Thank you. Yes, same model, just blue. Wasn't your last one blue? I thought your last one was blue. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought your last one was blue. Ah, Nightbot. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're doing amazing on the likes, by the way. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is always, I know it shouldn't be, I know it shouldn't be, but it is. It's a real morale booster to see those likes coming in. So thank you so much. I stood there weeping as she slipped from my view, that familiar ache of regret echoing through both my head and heart, too. She gave me the love and care I never knew, now lost in time's endless hue. Thank you, White Death. An impromptu poem there. Yeah, feel free to throw some poems at me as well. Why not? Last one was mainly black with a blue frame. Ah, this one is more blue with a little bit of black. I got you. I got you. Your video on the loon is excellent. Oh, well, thank you. It's got me thinking how to expand and play around with it. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so, Mark. Thank you so much, Mark. I know you like your haikus. We had a long discussion about haikus on the Poetry Cove Hangout last night. Adam, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Scully Pop. How are you doing? Good to see you. Um, yeah, feel free to put some poems in the chat. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the short. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed the short. It actually wasn't originally going to be on a loon. It was going to be on a different one, and then I quickly changed it at the last minute. But at least I've got an idea for the next week's short. And thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. We're already on 235. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how this is happening, but I love that it is, and I appreciate it, and it keeps me motivated. There you go. We were talking about accents yesterday, and sometimes I say words really weird, and I just said motivated really, really weird. And if you watch the members stream, Genevieve, I said that weirdly again on stream. So listen out for it if you haven't seen it already. I'm really enjoying your channel. Thank you so much, Scully. I really appreciate it. I do. I appreciate all the views, all the comments, all the likes, all the subscriptions. The channel is doing really, really well at the minute. And I can only say thank you so much. So that brings me to my question, as I thought it was going to be conversing. What is your question, Delgado? Did I miss it? What was your question? I would love to read with you one day. Uh, how do you mean? How do you mean? Why do people think is the most popular theme that poets write about? Oh man, what do people think is the most popular theme that poets write about? I'll put it to the chat before I say my opinion. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is the most popular theme that poets write about? I narrate stories with visual overlays and music. Nice, that's cool. Like stories you've written yourself or pre-existing stories. You're doing an open panel reading tonight. That's awesome. I think the most I see written about is love and death, right? Yeah, yeah, love is a big one. Death is a big one. Absolutely. Universal themes, right? Life, mortality. Is that too broad? That feels like a non. No, that's absolutely an answer, Genevieve. Yeah, life, mortality. It came in just as I was saying it. Mortality, love, death, and nature. Nature also, sorrow within tragic love. Yes. I've seen a little bit of feeling out of place. I've seen a little bit of feeling out of place and would love to see more of that. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I was just making sure I'd read that properly and you wasn't saying you were feeling out of place because then we'd have to put our arm around you. Um, I've seen a little bit of feeling out of place and would love to see more of that. I think that's something, I think that's a very much a theme. I mean, it's not a new theme. People have been feeling out of place, well, probably since cavemen times, I would imagine. Um, well, maybe not since then, because maybe we didn't know what feeling out of place was. I don't know. But I think it's we live in a time where lots of people feel out of place. So it doesn't surprise me that that theme is becoming more and more popular, right? Perhaps human reaction, because everyone is always searching and learning about people's reactions to things. Yeah, I mean, poetry and philosophy get very much go hand in hand, I'd like to think. Poets are like artistic philosophers, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I would agree. Can't think. Are there any that maybe hasn't come up? Nature came up, so that was a good one. Love, absolutely. Death and mortality. Feeling out of place is a good one, actually. Yeah, yeah. I think we got it covered. I think those are four very, very big ones. And I guess politics, but that again, political poems. That's a theme, right? Political poems, I guess. Yeah. As someone new in poetry, where should one start their journey? Because poetry is a wide thing and sometimes a bit confusing for new people. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, you found the channel. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think just being in a community like this, where you are right now in the chat, surrounded by poets asking questions, that's a good start, right? Um, there are some books. There's you can't really see it, but one of the craft books that I always recommend is Stephen Fry's The Ode Less Traveled. It's a great book. It's a great starting point. Um, yeah, and maybe just seeing if there's some events in your local area. What do you think is not being written about that could be? Ooh. Oh, everything is being written about, I'm sure. But I like the question. I like it. What isn't being written about but should be? Yes, I like that. Artistic philosopher. I think nature covers all of those aspects, right? Uh, yeah, technically, nature. We are a part of nature, and all of our experiences. I don't know. Uh, that's an interesting question as well. What does the chat think? What do you think is not being written about that could be? I would imagine everything is being written about. But I don't want to spoil that. So I'm curious to see what the chat says. What is not being written about that should be? White Death. Start with reading a lot of different artists. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Read widely. Read widely. Even if you know that you're not going to like it, still read it just to cement why you don't like it. But that's a good one. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Read widely. When it comes to writing, play with all sorts. Yep, free verse versus structured form will help guide your desired path. Great advice, Mark. That's perfect. You should make a poem just from the live stream comments. That would be interesting. What's really going on in Egypt with the pyramids? Yeah, wasn't there something about something being under the pyramids, but then someone told me it was fake news or something. I don't know. I find it so hard to know what to believe on the internet these days. I don't know what's fake news. I don't know what's AI. Like, I've lost all trust. But yeah, something was discovered under the pyramids, but then someone told me it was fake. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But my natural uh I love I love spooky stuff. I love paranormal. I love cryptids. I love mysteries. Probably because I grew up watching Scooby Doo so much. And then Are You Afraid of the Dark? That clearly imprinted something on me. But yeah, what's going on with the pyramids right now? For anyone, I'm thinking about posting my own poems to share with others, and if anyone wants to comment, they can. Also, I'd be open to others posting, and oh, where'd it go? And I'd be honored to offer thoughts to them. Give me a few books that absolute beginners should start with so they can clear the concept of poetry. Well, as I say, Ode Less Traveled by Stephen Fry, I recommend to everyone. Whether you're a beginner or you've been writing for a while, it's just, like, in my opinion, it's just one book that you absolutely need to have. I'd love to say specific animals are not being written about, but Adam had an animal chapbook come out recently, and I got gifted a large book on cat poems the other week. That wouldn't be by Mr. Eliot, would it? Everything under the sun has been already written about, right? It's just different perspectives when someone else writes it. Absolutely, class. It's your perspective, right? White Death, as Adam said, Stephen Fry's book is amazing. Then Adam has a great reading list on his YouTube videos. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if you I did one the other day actually for 2025, but even if you go back to older videos, um, I recommend quite a few books. Let me see what I've got behind me. All right, I'll tell you what I've got behind me because they're behind me, and it's not going to be too difficult to grab them. All right. Some of these I haven't even read yet, actually. So, Stephen Fry's The Ode Less Travelled is a bit beaten up because it's great. Uh, Octavia Wynne, Poetic, Meter and Form. The Poetry Writer's Handbook. I don't know if there's a new one out now. This came out a while back. Let me see. I don't know if there's an updated one now, but it's an amazing resource. 2022, so it's still relatively. I'm sure there's still lots of good stuff in there. The Poet's Manual and Rhyming Dictionary. Now, I know a lot of people on here, myself included, use RhymeZone, but when RhymeZone fails, this is probably much better, actually, far more in depth. And then The Making of a Poem, I haven't read this yet, by Mark Strand and Evan Bolland. So those are the craft books I have behind me. But if you want a starting point, again, accent, I don't know why I said starting, still said it weird. Starting. Ah, ah. So those are some of my craft books. I do have some inside as well, on writing a poem by T.S. Eliot as well, but there's a few for you. Not sponsored, by the way, obviously, because this is live and in the moment. Uh, yes. Checking my shelf. Yes, it is T.S. Eliot. I thought so. It's sitting next to a book by Mary Oliver. Nice. On dog poems. Excellent. What about climate change? Is there? Oh, there's loads of poems on climate change. Yeah, absolutely. That's an excellent book, The Making of a Poem. Yeah, so there you go. There's plenty of uh, literature for you to get started with. That was good. That was a good little not workout, good little stretch turning around to get those books. I need to work on my posture and my mobility for sure. Did I miss anything in the chat? Everything under the sun. I'd love to say specific animals. No, I think I'm all caught up on the chat. Yeah. A great nature poet is Gary Snyder. There you go. And we got a smiley face as well. I like that. You can never have too many smiley faces in the chat. You can never have too many smiley faces in life. Oh, Poetics by Aristotle. Don't get confused too much. Poetics by Aristotle isn't necessarily about poetry. It has elements. I started reading it, I didn't finish it. But Poetics is also great for just like writing and storytelling, I think, from I haven't picked it up in years from what I can tell. But I think I bought it thinking it was on just poetry, but it's not necessarily. But there are still things to learn as a poet from reading Aristotle's Poetics. Yeah, as I say, it's been a long time since I picked that up. I'm not even sure I know where it is. Oh, yes, I do know where it is. How did you take an interest in poetry? Like, when did you start and all? Uh, People on the channel might be tired of hearing this story, especially people that come to my workshops and stuff. But the only reason I say like tell my story so much is because it genuinely is what fuels me to do what I'm doing and fuels me to kind of be so obsessive and crazy on in bringing poetry to other people. So I didn't like poetry when I was in school. In fact, I only went to one class and then I skipped the rest. I didn't go to the other classes because it just didn't light me up. And we've spoken in conversing with poets a few times about, I think, about the school system and stuff. But yeah, it didn't light me up. So I thought I hated poetry. But I've always been creative. Like I trained and my first sort of work and stuff was in performing arts and acting and stuff like that. So I've always been creative, and Shakespeare's always been right here. Look, there he is. He's always been right where he is, on my behind me, on my shoulder. Um, and then in college, I fell in love for the first time and had my first partner and relationship. And part of that, I wrote my first poem. I don't know what. I guess just because I thought it would be romantic, I wrote a poem, and it was the most insanely positive feeling I've ever had. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget writing my first poem. I just wish I still had that first poem so I could cringe and laugh at it, I'm sure, as I do all my work. No, I tell you guys to be better, and then I go and I always tell people in my workshops, don't put your work down, never apologize for your work. But I always do it. I'm allowed to, right? Um, yeah, I wish I could read that first poem still. Anyway, I had this electricity pulse through me. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. The electricity pulse through me, which I never had with acting or any other kind of creative endeavor. But then after writing that first poem, I left it alone and I didn't write poetry for I would have been what? I would have been 18 then, 18, 19, and then I didn't write my next poem until I was 21-ish, I think, when I was innocently reading a book called My Life with the Doors by Ray Manzarek, who's the keyboard player of the Doors. And he mentions I was getting really wrapped up in this biography, and it was fascinating, and I loved it. And then it mentioned Jim Morrison's love for poetry and how he considered himself a poet over a rock star or anything else. It's like, well, if Jim Morrison can take poetry seriously, and that feeling of writing that first poem has never left me, even to this day. I remember it so vividly. I thought, well, if Jim Morrison can write poetry, then I can give it another go. And so I was listening to Jim Morrison's poetry album on repeat over and over and over again. And um, I locked myself in my kitchen for a week and I wrote 100 poems in a week. They weren't great. They weren't great by any means. And yeah, 100 poems in a week, and I just explored. And this is a great place to start as well. Like Mark was saying, explore form, explore free verse, just have fun playing with it. That's what I did for a week. I played with poetry, got 100 poems down, and since then it's just been a journey of learning and refining and exploring. I only ever I jumped in with the beats after Jim Morrison. I found out I read On the Road by Jack Kerouac, and then I wanted to find out more about Kerouac, and through finding out more about Kerouac, I was introduced to Ginsberg and the beats, and that became my style throughout the White Cover trilogy. For those of you who have been here for a while, the White Cover trilogy was very much my beat phase. And then from that to where we are now, I'm really exploring old school like forms and writing in forms and enjoying that restriction, which ironically is the stuff that I didn't enjoy in school. So it's kind of become a full circle. That's my story up to date. So sorry for boring everyone, especially those who have heard that story time and time again. The Princeton Encyclopedia of Poetry and Poetics. Kindle version is $50 or even more, maybe. Any library has it. Yeah, I keep seeing this. I used to be with someone from Princeton, so I'm interested by this Encyclopedia of Poetry and Poetics, which I haven't come across before until I met you, Mark. Found my Kindle. I also have Ted Kuza Poetry Repair Manual. I've heard of that, actually. Diane Lockwood, The Practicing Poet. I haven't heard of that one. Shira Wolosky, The Art of Poetry. I haven't heard of that one either. And Ezra Pound, Letters to a Young Poet. All good. Wow, I haven't heard of Pound's one either. Children should be given the opportunity to find poetry themselves. Otherwise, you're turning off children, except for those few who are sensitive to it. Yeah. Jim Morrison's Over is available. I have the complete works of Jim Morrison. I think I even have a video on that. Wow, man. So you don't have that first poem of yours. Like maybe if you remembered it a little bit. I can't even remember it. All I can remember about it is it was obviously to my first partner, and we used to sit by Kingston Bridge. That used to be our spot. And I think it was called Our Spot. And I drew a little sketch of Kingston Bridge and then wrote the poem over that pencil sketch. And that's all I can tell you. That's all I remember. I'm sure she threw it away at some point and no longer has it. Great story, Adam. I haven't heard that version. Oh, you haven't? The Princeton Encyclopedia is 1,700 pages. Wow. So just a bit of light reading. My goodness, I think I'm going to need to go for a loo break, guys. I've done my best. I've held on for as long as possible. But I am going to go for a loo break. So let's take 5 minutes here. And we may even take 5 minutes on the hour as well. Depends how we go. But I'm really enjoying this conversation. Think of any questions you want to ask. And I really like the Poetry Home Repair Manual. Kuza gives really good advice. I'll have to pick this up then. He approaches it as poetry is supposed to give someone a particular experience. Well, yeah. So how do you do that? Absolutely. Okay, cool. So let me take 5 minutes. Grab a coffee, grab a refreshment. Think of some ideas you want to talk about. I'm really enjoying this stream. Thank you so much for being here. I just didn't plan very well and already need a loo break. So back soon.
Wow.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. That was very unprofessional of me. I needed a loo before we even went live. It would have been better if I'd done it before going live, but c'est la vie. I'm only human. Adam, do you think you could put a poem together with all the poets that have inspired you? How difficult would that be? That would probably be very difficult because most of the poets that have inspired me are no longer with us. So I probably couldn't get together with them and write a poem. Um, that was a terrible joke. Get a poem together with all the poets that have inspired you. I don't know. I don't entirely understand. You mean like write a poem about the poets that inspired me? Is that what you mean? Has it gotten darker? The lighting seems different. Um, good night, WD. Good night. All right, guys, I'm going to sleep. See you in the next stream. Good night. I'm sure you're probably already gone, but thank you for joining us and good night. Sleep well. An older version, yes. The fifth edition is 1700 pages and up to date. Wow. Adam, I was wondering how long you could hold out for. I tried. I tried. The Princeton Encyclopedia is available on the Internet Archive for free. Ooh. Well, there you go. I really like the poetry home. Oh, yeah, that was before we went for a break. Yes, an ode to all the poets. An ode to all. Yeah, I could try that. I could try that. I don't know when, but I could give it a go. I could give it a go for sure. I like that idea, Delgar. Each verse written in the style of a different poet. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. Maybe she means writing a poem perhaps in the style of your favorite poet. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Like a mix match, like a mix mash of poetic styles and voices. That's really cool. Thank you for that like. I think someone just dropped in and just smashed that like button and dipped back out. But thank you for that like. Thank you for all of the likes. I am seeing 16 likes. That's the most likes we've had live on stream for a while. So I'm glad that you're enjoying this stream, everyone. It's good to have you. It's good to host you, and it's good to speak with you. I'm enjoying this. So yeah, don't be shy. Throw something in the chat and let's talk about it. Whatever you want. Any questions? Delgal's throwing some great questions tonight. Delgal's on fire. Although we could do another Halloween special. We could go back to my original idea of writing with my favorite poets and do another Halloween special. Who knows? Write the same poem in each style. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Be a new chapbook. Yeah. Ode to my favorite poets. No, that wasn't what Genevieve said. What was it? An ode to all the poets. Yeah. 17 likes. Wow, thank you so much. You guys are being nice to me tonight. I appreciate it. I'm also hungry. I've had the loo break. Why is my laptop not charging? Because it's not turned on. There we go. And now I'm hungry. What shall I have for dinner tonight, folks? I give you all the power. I don't know. Well, if the mic doesn't pick up my uh burps, then it probably isn't picking up my stomach rumbling. 18 likes on my end. Maybe it's the fresh face outfit and snappy energy. Fresh face. What? I haven't had a shave. Ah, that's what I was supposed to do when I got back from the gym. I was supposed to have a shave, but I didn't have time. I need to remember to have a shave after stream because I got an important day tomorrow. What is the most poetic dinner? What is the most poetic dinner? I think this is Mitchell Malone territory. Whiskey. Whiskey. Oh goodness. Maybe not pizza and wings. Oh, my favorite. My favorite. But I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better in lots of, again, I've mentioned this on the members streams, but I'm trying to do better in lots of aspects of my life, including diet. I've been eating really, really healthy. And I feel like if I had a pizza and wings night, it would derail me, and I'd get the taste for it again, and then it'll be crap food. Fresh face meaning sunkissed. Yeah, I am actually. I am sunkissed. You haven't had dinner yet? I know. It's nearly 8 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet. Again, I got so wrapped up in everything I was doing today, announcing the news and doing the Wordsworth stuff, and yeah, just lots going on today, that I got to the gym late. In fact, it was a spontaneous decision. I kind of finished everything and was like, okay, it's gym time. I need away from the computer. The problem is, I got to the gym about 4, half 4, finished about half 5, got back here for 6, and then I set up for a stream and went live at 7, so I haven't eaten just yet. Maybe I could. No. Ah, see, class, you're in my head already. I was about to say, maybe I could order a pizza while I'm on stream. We could live stream the journey of the pizza guy. I think the beard suits you, to be honest. Well, thank you so much. Uh, if you look in my short and you watch the members video, I think, I'm getting grey, guys. I've got some really prominent grey hairs in the beard coming through. Accidental muting? Am I mute? Oh no. Am I muted? It says I'm good. Keep it up. Looking good, Adam. Thank you. Cutting those carbs down. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Well, I lost a lot of weight. So I'm trying to put that weight on, but in a healthy way. In a healthier way than just throwing loads of pizza down me. I think it might be rhyme with Delgal. I think it might rhyme with Delgal. Huh? Not muted. Thank you, Genevieve. Poetry meets food review. Yeah, you're not muted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure what rhymes with Delgal. Anyone noticed Adam hasn't yawned yet? Why would you say that, Daddy? What? Anyone notice Adam hasn't yawned yet? I think we have an imposter on our hands. You're not muted. It was in response to Delgal's comment. Oh, I don't have a comment from Delgal. Oh, yeah. Yes, but you haven't done the one thing you do on every stream. Can you guess? Wow, you guys are sabotaging me. You guys are trying to get me to yawn. Probably because I have been to the gym and I have pre-workout and loads of caffeine and loads of creatine and loads of stuff that pumps you up and amps you up. So I'm not. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Rhymes with dawn. You guys are trying to kick me off that cliff. You guys are trying to get me to do it. I can't think of a poetic dinner right now, but I'll think of something. Ah. Yes, because Mitchell, you have that poetry restaurant, remember? Maybe it's the sun. Maybe it is the sun. It's also bright out, yeah. Oh no. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I have creatine and caffeine in my system, and I'm still drinking coffee as well. I'm not going to do it. You guys are naughty. You guys are being mean. If we get through this stream without it happening, man, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna celebrate. Oh, I'm on the verge. No, no. What's this? It's a coffee. I'm on the verge now. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Great minds think alike, Delgal. Uh, poetry, poetry, poetry. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna cave. Steaks, eggs. Oh, yeah. Maybe a fruit smoothie. Oh, no, that eggs on steak. Yeah. Well, you have to go to the gym. No, that was your fault, guys. That was your fault. New members emoji, yawning. Actually, that would make a good. Oh, that would be a good channel emoji. Maybe I should make like an emoji yawn. And every time I yawn, that will be our yawn counter. We can just share that emoji. But I failed now. Yeah, it happened. Well, you have to go to the gym every Sunday before stream because it's doing you good. Yeah, it's amping me up. I have had a great idea for it too. We haven't got anything around here, so it's the perfect place. Nice. Celebrating. Yay, Adam is back. Maybe that will be the next Gary goal. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. This is your fault, guys. You did this. I was on a roll. I wasn't even thinking about it. And now I'm thinking about it. It's setting me off. And now that's two yawns in quick succession. I would like to know what the science is behind yawns and why an old communication technique. Oh, here we go. We're all gonna. What is this magic? What is this spell? Uh, yeah, I don't know what is the science behind yawns. Does anyone know? Someone told me it was like an old, ancient communication technique between us that we used. Oh, Adam, you're spoiling us now. Two, that's three. Can we please move on? Because you're just gonna give me the yawns, and I'm just gonna. Oh, it's just gonna be a cycle now, isn't it? What was the timestamp? We need a record tracker. Here we go. Oh, all right. Poems, poetry. You guys are so bad. You guys are so bad. I was doing so good. Let me see what I got in my drawers next to me. I think we actually yawned for a bunch of different reasons. Do you know any? Could you fill us in? I don't have any of my books out here. They're all inside now. I've moved them from outside. It's the telepathic thoughts we're all sending you. Yeah, you're gonna do it again. Why am I so susceptible to yawns? And I think mirror neurons have something to do with why they are contagious. How many people also yawned? I hope I'm not the only one that is so susceptible. We're almost at 20 likes. Can we hit what is our like record? Our live like record? It should be down below somewhere. Let me see. 32. Oh, that's going to take it. I don't know when we're going to break that. That's a lot. 32 likes in one stream. Ah, well, it's making me chuckle. Well, I'm glad. In that case, I don't mind. If it's making you chuckle, making you guys happy, I don't mind. Do you have good airflow in the shed? Nope. Nope, not at all. It's even worse when I have the heater on. It's even worse when I have candles lit. Right now, I have neither. Um, there's only a few vents either side of the shed, at the front and the back. But I wasn't yawning until you guys made it a thing. Until you guys, wow, that was a good night. 23, no, 32. That was a good night. But I wasn't yawning until Delgo and Danny brought it up. So I'm blaming this on you guys. Can we please move on? I'm just watching the playback and I'm just yawning, which is just every now and then I'll yawn, which will start the chain again, and then I'll just yawn again. Damn it, you have been sabotaged, Adam, right? You were doing so good with the sun, gym, and fake coffee energy. Fake coffee energy, yeah. The yawning could be the build-up of CO2 then. Crack the door and yawning will lessen. Alright, let's crack the door. Oh, I can't reach. There we go. Crack the door. It's glitching on your end now. Oh, that's not good. What, the stream is glitching? It's overloaded with yawns. It's overpowered with yawns. Coming in and out. That's not good. Yeah, we're losing a lot of viewers all of a sudden. That's weird. Maybe the stream is struggling. Although it says excellent connection on my end. Unless an ad is playing. Maybe an ad is playing for some people. I did stifle a yawn. Aha! There we go. Also, I googled why do we yawn, and a handful of videos came up, but one legit site did suggest that oxygen, fatigue, boredom, stress, but also that scientists have theories. but they aren't totally sure. One day, we will know. And as poets, we will write about it. If the day comes in our lifetime. Ode to the Yawn. Ah, stop watching preview. Hmm. Oh my god, stress. That explains why I always yawn, right? Did I seem tired as well? Burnout? Uh, fatigue? Oxygen? Or lack of? Uh, one second, I'm gonna have to close the door again. Otherwise, we're going to get back. I accidentally knocked the stream deck off the arm. One of the triggers can be thinking about yawning or reading about yawning. Yeah, as we have seen. As we have seen. Right, let's move on from yawning. Let's get back to anything else. Poetry. Oh, Adam, the garden centre opposite us has a cute little build your own mini Shakespeare writing room. It was so cute. Wait, what? The garden centre opposite us has a cute little build your own mini Shakespeare writing room. It was so cute. I need to see this. I need to own this. Assuming that you can hear me. My neighbours are in their back garden and they can hear me talking about poetry. Be on my best behaviour now. Assuming that the mic picked all of that up. Yeah, a garden centre, build your own mini Shakespeare writing room. It was so cute. I want to know what this is and why I don't already have it. Is it like an ornament? Is it something we can have in the back there? Or is it like a whole garden shed? Oh no, are we going to have to replace the garden shed? I'm attached to this garden shed. I've only ever had the one garden shed and I've written so much in here, including Nerdians. I don't know if I can replace the shed, guys. You'll have to take a pic, Danny, for him. Yeah, take a pic and send it to me. I want to see this. On my end, you've been muted for the past 7 minutes or so? Huh. That's weird. Okay, I've just muted myself and then unmuted myself. Hopefully that something definitely happened because lost a load of viewers really quickly. I think it was like £40. We was gonna buy it for you, but we broke. Fair enough. I don't expect you to spend that kind of money on me. But yeah, tell me more. Please tell me more, or send a picture at some point next time you see it, because I am intrigued. I want a Shakespeare. I want to build a mini Shakespeare writing room. Mark, on my end, it has been choppy in and out glitching. That's weird. I don't know why that is. It says that I've got excellent connection. Usually, if the stream is struggling, I'll know from my dashboard. Having said that, it's told me before that the stream is struggling, and then you guys have told me that the stream is fine. So, technology, right? The only one I found is the Row Life Shakespeare Book Nook. That sounds cool. I need these. You guys know I'm obsessed. I need these things on my back table or something. Your shed can have a buddy shed. So it was a real, like it was an actual shed size thing. It wasn't a miniature. Still, I'm gonna have to go in search of this thing. I hear you, but my chat froze and had to reboot. Oh, oh, it is the row lift thing. Okay, thanks, Danny. 40 quid? 40 quid? Wow. And what about it is Shakespeare? I don't think Shakespeare had an armchair like that. Oof, can you hear that? I've had not connection issues and I live the furthest away. Yes, that's it, Stephen. I'm interested to know what that. oh, Yeah, I'm confused with the Shakespeare connection on that one, guys. I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me. £33 on Amazon. Has the chat frozen? No, the is still going on the screen, right? That's weird. I'm sorry that we're having some issues, guys. I apologize. Does anyone own any of these cool nooks? They do look cool, don't get me wrong. They do look cool. And I have seen some really awesome ones that are like Lord of the Rings related and stuff. But I don't understand where the Shakespeare connection is. For once I'm having no issues. Mitch has sent you the link so you can investigate. Great. The only Shakespeare part of it seems to be his name on the top. Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I can't see what the like connection is on that one. You could, however, use it as a base and make it look more like his room with simple miniature making. Yeah, that's something I've tried to get into. I bought all the stuff. I was really enjoying my miniature making, but hyperfixation rate. I want to do something, so I buy everything that you need for this thing, and then I haven't touched. I've got a Lancaster plane that I started building, and by started building, I mean I literally have put three pieces of it together, and now it's collecting dust. I'd like to get back to that though. I do enjoy miniatures. We wasn't sure, but we aren't particularly Shakespeare minded. No, that's okay. That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shakespeare didn't have that armchair. Maybe he did. Maybe he was ahead of his time. I don't know. Mm. I have a room full of those type of projects. Oh, you do, Mark? That's cool. That's cool. So far, I've built a Spitfire and a Churchill tank. And as I say, I started a Lancaster, but yeah, it's now collecting dust. If you're having connection issues, maybe just refresh the browser. I'm not sure. That might happen. That might help. But yeah, I'm really excited, guys, to put this Wordsworth video together. I hope you like it. I hope it comes together as well as I imagine it. As I said before, I think I've said this on my birthday stream, maybe, or maybe it was a members video. Somewhere I said it. I'm sure I did, but I got so caught up in everything. I forgot to take all the books that I had. I forgot to take my complete works of Wordsworth. I forgot to take a book called The Lake Poets, which I took out from the library the day before leaving for my trip. I forgot everything. I left my camera behind. Thankfully, Bruno had his, right? Um, so I am trying to hopefully salvage it. Uh, but yeah, I'm really excited for it. I've pivoted, and that's what I've been recording and setting up. Is just kind of pivot a little bit in terms of what we'll be able to put together. But Control F5 will clear the website cache. Also, if your hard drive is running out of space, can cause stream issues. Oh, I got some more semi good news. I'll message you though. It's somewhat personal. That's great, but that's like dangling a carrot to the rest of the chat box. I had a room full of those. Yeah, I've got good news, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Are there any fans of William Wordsworth in the chat? Is there anyone like a big fan of Wordsworth? Can't wait to see it. Thank you, Danny. I can't wait to actually like start putting it together and stuff. I really hope it comes out as good as I see it in my head. How far along is she, Mitch? Oh, wow, that's I would hope that wasn't I would hope that's more than semi good news. I would hope that would be like incredible good news. I haven't read much Wordsworth. He never made much impact this side of the pond. Wordsworth is on my list of poets I like more than others. Not my top. I guess the LED run out of battery. Wordsworth is on my list of poets I like more than others. Not my top, but I really do like his writings. Good. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the video, Ghost of the Goddess. I hope it does him justice. Now we're just sitting here in the dark. I've got to improve the lighting a little bit here. Hang on. Is that going to do anything? Better than nothing, I suppose. And I guess I could turn this up a little bit. No, no, baby, here. Sweat emoji. It's funny how much of a difference that LED makes. Actually, I didn't think it really did that much, but then when it dies, you can really tell that you can really notice it. The lighting auto balanced. It did bump the saturation balance up, so now that sun-kissed is showing better. Yeah, I'm glad it's not showing me red because I'm very red. Yeah, the camera does that. The camera sort of adjusts, which is great. Okay, so no one except Ghost of a Goddess is supposed to enjoy it. Got it. What? No. Wow. Wow. Genevieve. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Obviously, I hope everyone enjoys it. Of course, I hope everyone enjoys it. I feel kind of bad. I don't really think about not telling everyone, so I'll just tell you all. Been booked in with the doctors for an ADHD test soon. Kind of nervous, but also excited. Nice. Congratulations, man. That process is a long process. It's actually something I've just started as well. Um, I just started it a couple of days ago. I asked my doctor to start the official diagnosis progress, and he asked me to take a test, and my results were through the roof. It was like literally broke through that roof and went into space. So, what have people got planned for next week? Anything exciting? What have I got planned for next week? I have a very important day tomorrow, very big day tomorrow, but it's top secret. And then just hosting my workshops, making content for you guys. I got a big day planned for June that I'm organizing with a whole day of workshops and an all day open mic and stuff that I need to start organizing. So yeah. How about everyone else? That's great, Mitch. Congrats, Mitch. It will make big strides getting things sorted once you have tools to aid. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Happy for you, man. That's huge for you. Yeah. See, you can tell the whole chat. We're one big family here. We're one big family. But I understand why. I didn't mean to pressure you into sharing with the chat. You definitely didn't have to. But yeah, we've all got your back, Mitch. So yeah, congratulations. Just working, Delgal. Roll on payday Thursday, right? Don't feel you can't talk about it, Mitch, especially in this group. Yeah, absolutely. Look at those hearts. I know those hearts are for Mitch. Yeah, we're all a big family here now, big community. So we all support each other. Yeah, I have done a test with them online and they called me and said the doctor wants to see me and go through my results. I did a few online and they were kind of all over the place. Right, right, right. I have my manager in town next week, so I have to pretend to look busy. He's in town for 4 weeks a year, and we do team building stuff and quarterly match-up meetings, right? Got you, got you. Nice. So you're gonna be hustling and bustling, Mark, or at least pretending to. Good for you, Mitch. I'm getting reevaluated for autism soon. It's nice to be able to understand your brain better. Yeah, if you find your brain works differently. Yeah, and it does. Welcome to ADHD clan. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely this is something I've been talking about with the members and stuff. I'm very much in a transitional phase in life. I think I've said that on regular stream as well before. Very much in a transitional phase in life and discovering different things spiritually and other aspects of life, and one being sort of my brain. And so yeah, we can all. I love that we're all on this. I'm really happy for you, Mitchell. We're all on this, you know, discovery path, and I'm happy for you as well, Ghost of a Goddess, for getting the reevaluation and stuff. So yeah, we're doing this. Woo! I'm reading a book at the moment called Let Them, which is an interesting book. Uh, it's kind of again just lots of trying to understand things, and Let Them is a good book. If anyone needs it, look it up. It's a good book. I was talking to Genevieve yesterday. I hope Genevieve doesn't mind me saying, but Genevieve had a good point as well, like a counterpoint to reading Let Them. I don't know if Genevieve wants to share, but Ghost of a Goddess. My brain is crazy at times. It's very hard to switch off or stick to one thing at a time. It's constantly ticking over and bouncing between everything all at once. Yeah, I feel you, dude. It's not, it's the not knowing, I think, because you understand what's happening. Adam, right now, flamenco dancer? Am I dancing? I don't know what that means. Am I flamenco dancing? I don't know what that means. Just buzzing, maybe? Is that what you're saying, Danny? Buzzing? Real. For real. Yeah. I feel like it can be hard on others around me due to me not being able to control it sometimes. And I know it takes its toll on others. Yeah, I feel you, man. Bye, digital friends. Till next time. Goodbye, class. Good to see you. It was meant to be cheerleading, but there is no cheerleader emoji. Ah, my bad, my bad. I thought you was calling me a flamenco dancer. Bye, class. Good to see you. But yeah, I hear you, Mitch. I hear you in everything you've said tonight. So I'm really happy that you're taking the steps the steps that you are. That's really awesome. Ladies, class. Live poet poetically. I like that. Live poetically. Live poetically. That should be our sign off. Live poetically. I mean, if you want to be a flamingo dancer, why have I not changed these emojis? I literally made these channel emojis uh just to see if they work, just to mess about, and I've still not changed them. I need to do something about it. There's this one as well. Then brilliant. It's also nice to know if you have ADHD because it can help you hate yourself less. Yeah, I know I dislike my ADHD tendencies, and I've met others who have the same experience. Yeah. You know what? I always was a bit different, right? And I didn't know I had ADHD, and well, I still haven't got the official diagnosis, but I've taken the tests, and as I say, the tests I have taken are just like through the roof, and it all makes sense. And I think many people, but it wasn't until last year when I had multiple people all at the same time, all in the space of like 5 months, all said, you're definitely ADHD or you're definitely neurodivergent and stuff. That I kind of really started looking into it and it all made sense. But before that, I really thought I was just, I really hated myself thinking that I was just, losing the plot and not understanding why I was the way I was in certain circumstances and scenarios. Okay, the conversation sort of moved on, but I think what you were referring to was me just saying that real life isn't totally black and white, and nuance, accountability, etc. are important too. Yeah, exactly. I get really frustrated because I keep getting these grand plans and grand ideas that I really want to do, but I just can't. At least I'm at the point now where I'm actually saying no to myself because I'm so stretched with all the different things I'm trying to do and want to do. At least I'm now saying no to myself. Only because I have to, only because I literally have to. And because I'm in this whole sort of be kinder to myself phase, maybe that's got something to do with it. Yeah, the world is definitely not black and white, or at least not right now. Genevieve has knows me well as well, at least not right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll come back to it. Something good, good is good. See, you guys know me well enough. You guys probably know me better than I know myself. Life is one hard battle to everyone, I think. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, prioritizing, reorganizing, slowing down. Yeah, absolutely. Sassy. No to one's saying no to oneself is an interesting concept. I should try it once. I close some of the 20 projects I have midway done. I think I think we can all relate to each other this evening in the chat. By the sounds of it. By the sounds of it, we can all relate to each other. Man, my typing is bad today. No, you're all good. Don't worry. I'm just as bad. I'm just as bad. Sometimes it's embarrassing when I tell people I work with words and then my messages, just one after the other, just got typos everywhere. It's hard to explain that I work with words when I can't type. I really need to shave. I have to shave before tomorrow. That's why we have poetry, to calm us down and ground us in life and living. Well said, Mark. Well said indeed. Do 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 do. Wow, we've had a good heart to heart tonight, huh, guys? I have enjoyed this stream. Sometimes it's nice to just do a poets in the shed style stream, I think. Um, I've really enjoyed this. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Ba 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 bum ba dum. I will probably take off soon, folks. I will probably take off soon, unless anyone has any burning questions for me, or the chat to each other. By all means, throw it in the box. What's the most memorable line you have written? Oh man, I don't know if that's for me to decide. I don't know. I don't know if that's for me to decide. What if there's anyone here that's read any of my work that maybe you tell me that if there's a memorable line. I think it's easier said than to actually take the advice you tell yourself. Yeah, at least with poetry you can get all those feelings out onto paper. That's exactly it. At least for me, that's exactly it. I don't take my advice. I give everyone advice. I like to think sound advice, good advice, but I don't take it myself. Um, I don't take it myself. I beat myself up. I tell you guys not to beat yourselves up, but I beat myself up all the time. Although, as I say, I'm doing better now, and I'm not beating myself up quite as much. It's been a good stream and gave me an idea too. Amazing. For when you have a no topic night, have a bowl next to you with talking topics to pull from. That's actually a great idea. Hi, Doreen. Welcome. Arriving at the end. That's okay. I was only going to say goodbye because the chat seemed to be wrapping up, but it seems to be going again. So I'm happy to stay if you guys want me to stay. I was just going to go because I thought the chat had died out a little bit. But yeah, what's the most memorable line I've written? Uh, sound advice, alliteration, Doreen. Sorry, that was random. Trying to think of a poetic menu. What? I missed. Oh, Giormus burger, a burger that makes you yawn. Oh, here we go. You're gonna get me started again. Um, Hi, Mark. Yeah, I don't know about my most memorable line. I will have to leave that up to the chat if anyone can think of any. If nothing comes in, it just means I haven't written a memorable line. So, there's that. Hi, Doreen. No pressure. Please don't start fumbling for if you own one of my books or chat books or whatever, please don't go looking for one. Um, I was just curious. Sorry, that was very random. Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, but that's okay. We like random over here. No, sis, that is a great question. I can only remember one of my own poems, a Senryu. Senryu. I could never read live without it written in front of me. Okay, how about what is a line you most remember writing coming up with? Uh, none. No, do you know what? The first thing I'm just going to tell you what the first thing that comes to mind, right? I think, and in our loneliness we came together is a poem that I've written that has stuck with me. I'm not 100% sure why. I mean, yeah, I'm not 100% sure why. It's my COVID poem. I think we all have a COVID, at least one COVID poem. In our loneliness, we came together. In separation, we bonded. Beyond the keys, beyond the screens, we were saved by our humanity. And I don't memorize my poems, but for some reason I've memorized that. So I guess there's that. Remembering others' poems is near impossible for me. One can't be expected to remember all their lines, like that idea, Stevenson. Hi, Mitchell. The only problem with my COVID poem is I wrote it like during the first lockdown. I think I wrote it the majority of it was written on the first morning of the first lockdown. And then I think I finished it by the end of the first week. And I sat there thinking, okay, this is going to be a generational moment. This is going to be our time to come together and pull through this, and it's going to be great. And humanity's going to reconnect And then by the end of that week, after I'd written the poem, it was very clearly not the case, gonna be that case. It was more like every person for themselves. You couldn't get toilet paper in the supermarket, you couldn't get pasta in the supermarket. And so subsequently, when publishing the early hours, I added the subtitle, something like "A Poem on Unrealized Hope" or something like that. Me too, I can really remember a line from another poem if I don't write it in my own way. I'm trying to get better at assonance. Any advice? Um, to get better, I guess just how are you trying to get better? What are you already doing? I would say just keep consciously trying to add it to your writing or just write lines. You don't have to necessarily write whole poems just to get better at it, but just write little segments, a stanza here, a line there that where you're consciously making that effort until eventually it becomes muscle memory, right? You better start thinking for the bold questions. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Or I might do a poll. Maybe I'll do a poll and get you guys to put suggestions onto the post, and then I can write them down and put them in a bowl. That's a good idea. Thank you, Mark. I'm trying to even figure out what words are even assonance with other words. Uh, I'm trying to even figure out what words are even assonance with other words. As in, you're trying to figure out what assonance is and pairings. Even though I hadn't gotten into poetry yet, really, I did write a poem during the summer of COVID. The last line was, "When we call this time vacation, though it's taken over by total pandemic." Nice. So you want us to do the work? No. Well, yeah. No, I'm just giving you an opportunity to get involved. Assonance is a hard one. For me, it was remembering the five O sounds are very different, and accent changes it a lot too. Yes. Say yes. Accents are coming up at the moment. Interesting. Accents are coming up at the moment in discussions. We were discussing this last night on the Poetry Cove Hangout Zoom call. By the way, any Covers here, if you're interested, don't forget we do a Saturday Zoom call just to hang out, much like we're doing right now, actually, just hanging out and um, just shooting the breeze and talking about different things, sharing our poems to each other. What what is finding the long E sound words to match up with other lone E sound words. Through cough cough, though rough. Oh, through, cough, though, rough, evil English spelling. We were literally discussing this last night. It's funny. The universe is telling us something. I don't have it with me, but yeah, I know. I don't mean this in a condescending way at all, Doreen. You know I don't. You know that's not me. But maybe I'm sure you've got a dictionary, right? And if not, just grab a dictionary and kind of just if writing the lines or writing stanzas consciously using assonance isn't working, maybe just study the dictionary. And again, I really don't hope that doesn't come across patronizing. But maybe just grab a dictionary so you've got it in front of you, the guesswork is taken out of it, and just start writing pairs down. Go through the dictionary, find a word, and start um, writing that way, if that makes sense. But yeah, evil English spelling, right? We were literally discussing this yesterday. But I guess to start with, it's better to take the guesswork out and just grab that dictionary. I love dictionaries. No harm there. Good pairs. Yes, that's the starting point, I think, and then you can slowly form sentences, and then after you've gotten um, good at forming sentences, start forming whole stanzas. It doesn't have to make sense. This is what I always say in my workshops because people get panicked when you're learning, and particularly when you're starting out. Don't, and I know it's hard to do. I do it myself. Don't expect to be a master right away. Um, Building blocks. If you write sentences that don't wholly make sense, that's not the exercise. Well, eventually, I guess it is. But for the most part, just have fun writing obscure sentences whilst trying to develop your whatever, your assonance or your rhymes or your metaphors, whatever it is that you're working on. And then once you've gotten used to that, then you can start making sure that they're not cliche or whatever. But for the most part, when you're just starting out, try to leave as much thought. Am I talking? Try not to overthink things too much, is what I'll say, I guess. There's always time to refine and edit. Don't write and edit at the same time, unless that works for you. But I wouldn't recommend it. Shut up, Adam. The thing is, everyone's different, right? We all learn differently, and I can give you my advice from what works for me. But then, as I'm explaining it, my brain starts correcting myself and is like, everyone's different. But if he was asking Adam's way of learning, that's how I would do it. This is one place I like AI. I will have a word I need. I will ask it, give me words that mean X that rhymes with Y. Then it gives me a branching point. Faster than paging through the's and dictionaries. My brain suddenly was thinking, get really familiar with the International Phonetic Alphabet, but that is probably not the most practical tactic, unless you really like looking at language that way. That's an interesting one. I've not heard of that. To write assonance, say the line out loud or in your head and see if you hear a repeated vowel sound. You can't rely on letters, just like you can't with alliteration. Yeah, that's a good point. The International Phonetic Alphabet. I don't know what that is. I know the UK one. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta Echo, Foxtrot, Golf Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Zulu. That is the NATO alphabet. Okay, I know the NATO alphabet then. I'm amused. You see me laughing because I'm just amused. If anyone's joining us for the first time right now, like Adam Gary Poetry is live, and there's just me going through the phonetic alphabet. The International Phonetic Alphabet is a way of writing out words so you know what sounds the letters are making. It can be useful for talking about accents or developing your accent in foreign languages. Oh, I thought it was for radio communication. I really want to learn International Phonetic Alphabet, but the practicality of it isn't great because I really like linguistics, so it would be really useful. That's a funny image, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to learn about some poetry, and there's me just Mike, Sierra. What is this? Only on this channel, right? This is a great sound chart for There is a great sound chart for phonetics that I use. Really handy to have printed out. But the IPA distinguishes the schwa sound when English doesn't. So that's useful. Yeah, I learned it in high school, but would need a major refresher at this point. I'm starting to think about dinner. I'm starting to think about some food. It's 35 past 8. It's almost, well, it's 25 to 8. No, 25 to 9, sorry. So I may head off now, guys, just to make some food if that's okay. But I have really enjoyed this. Maybe we'll make it a thing. Maybe we'll make it a thing. Let's say the first Sunday. So the days we do write along, we'll do Poets in the Shed style streams like this because I have enjoyed them and they're a bit refreshing, right? They feel refreshing anyway. So if that sounds good to everyone, maybe we'll keep that as an actual thing. So far, it's been really random where if I haven't had time or I don't have the energy to do a conversing with all the topics and the research that goes into it, then I'll throw one of these up. But I think they seem to be enjoyed by a lot of people. So let's make it a thing the first Sunday of the month because we have right along during the day. We'll do a Poets in the Shed stream as well, like this, where we can just talk about anything you guys like. English has 44 sounds, Japanese has 144. And I think it was Swahili is even more. Wow. Well, there you go. So, again, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. I do genuinely really appreciate it. It does help. Um, you guys have seen the subscriber count jumps between streams. It's crazy, and I'm so thankful for it. So many sounds. Yeah, so do hit that like button. Keep leaving comments. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time. A big loads of love in the chat before I go. Loads of love in the chat for Genevieve and Danny as mods, making sure everything is smooth and communicating with me through here and just doing a great job. And not just tonight, but throughout the week and especially on conversing where there's loads of links to share and I don't always remember to give them their spotlight that they deserve. So I'm not going to end this stream until we got loads of hearts in the chat for our mods. And if you're a channel member, especially the Gary Goyle emojis, which I've just put in the chat as well. So thank you so much, Genevieve and Danny, for all that you do. You keep me in check as well, and you keep me organized. So behind the scenes, so I appreciate it so much. But I'm not going to end the stream until everyone's shared their love to Genevieve and Danny for all the work they do behind the scenes. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, Adam, and all gathered. You are all great poets and friends. Right back at you, Doreen. Thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Have a good night, all. We'll try see you all next week. Live poetically. Yeah, I love that, Mark. Live poetically, everyone. Thanks, mods. There you go. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, mods. You guys are amazing. You really, really are. There you go. Thank you, Mark, for the mod appreciation. But I know we can send them a little bit more love than that, so I'm not going just yet. Flood the chat with those hearts, guys. Come on. There we go. Thank you, Ghost of a Goddess. I appreciate it. They deserve it. Trust me, guys. And I'm also going to add some more love for them because they're amazing. All right, guys. I will hopefully see you in the comments of the next video. I won't say Tuesday's video because, as I say, I've got another busy day tomorrow and stuff like that. But there will be a video this week. I swear it to you. There will be a video this week. I have scripts written. I have scripts for 3 videos written. I just need to film them and then edit them. But that's enough from me. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Happy writing. And as Mark says, live poetically.
Wow.